Hey everyone, it's Effie. Welcome back to my channel. I'm driving back from the gym right now, and if you guys just watched my video that I uploaded right before this one, I talked about how February is Love Month, so I really felt it was a good time to bring this topic up. If you guys follow me on my Instagram, Rising Above RA, you'll see that sometimes I post various discussion topics. And last May, I know it's been a long time since I asked this question to my fellow arthritis warriors, and I was supposed to actually upload a video shortly afterwards, but whatever, life got in the way, and I'm doing it now, so that's all that matters. So I asked people, when is the best time to tell a potential love interest that you have a chronic illness or rheumatoid arthritis? I will post the exact link to that Instagram post so you can kind of see the whole discussion, but the overall consensus from what people had said is that you should tell that person right away. I agree with that 100%. Well, actually maybe 99%, because I feel that with chronic illness, it's not really black or white. There's a lot of gray matter in between. If you don't want to tell someone on a first date, you don't have to. It really comes down with how you feel towards that person and the connection. Because let's say you go on a date with someone the first time and you just didn't find it that great, and you know that there won't really be a second, third, or future, then there really is no point in even telling them that. Sometimes people might just want to go on a first date with someone and get to know them and just ask general questions without getting so technical and serious, which is totally fine. That's for people who are living with invisible illness. If you live with a visible illness and you are in a wheelchair, use an assistive device, and it's just not something that you can really avoid on the first date, then yeah, by all means tell them. What I realized is it really depends also on your experience dating with a chronic illness. If you are newly diagnosed and you've never dated having a chronic illness, you may be a little bit more reserved and shy about that, and you might not want to tell someone on their first date, and that's understandable. But if you see a second or third date in the cards, then take that opportunity and the time to open up about it at those times. So my thing is, don't feel guilty or bad if you don't say it right off the bat, because in today's society you have to be really mindful and use your intuition and discernment when it comes to dating. I'm going to tell you one thing. There are some people out there who, if you did tell them on their first date, they'll be like, oh, I don't care. Like, that doesn't bother me. And then 6 months down the line, or even a 1 year, they'll just totally change. And it'll be like, well, and act like you're a burden or something like that. So just because someone's okay with that on a first date doesn't mean they will later on. I was reading an article about one woman's experience, and she was married for, decades, maybe 30, 40 years. And she got diagnosed with cancer. And then her husband started becoming impatient and just not understanding of the whole process. And they ended up having a divorce. So there's been instances like that where I can see why people are hesitant to open up right away. But don't hold back too long, because you want that person to be able to trust you and not feel lied to. And you want open communication and honesty and trust. The sooner you do it, the better. But I'm just talking about the people that I agree with on my Instagram who said right away, because some of these people said that you get to know someone and based off their reaction you can tell if they'll be, for you or not. And oftentimes that's not always the case. I think that there are people who are manipulative and they hide under a certain mask. So that's why you need to be careful. And that's with anything in life, and including dating, even if you don't have an illness. I mean, there's shady people out there in general. For me personally, I don't know what it's like to date without an illness. I was diagnosed at 18 and I didn't date in high school at all. So obviously I was feeling sick at the time, and I just had acne all over my face, and I just wasn't, I guess, seen as a good option or even a suitable date. My situation was a little different, and then after 18, after a few years, I started dating. I've always had that in the mix within my relationships. So I can only give my 2 cents when it comes to that. Other people, they're married and then they get diagnosed long after. That's a whole other aspect of it. How do you deal with it when you're in a marriage? How do you deal with it when you're in a relationship and then you get diagnosed? A new relationship, that is. There's so many different, like I said, gray matters in between that it really is personal, and you have to just figure out what's best for you. The overall consensus is to let people know right away. Let me know what your thoughts are below. I've done both. I've told people right away, and other people I've waited for the second or third date. It didn't really matter. Either way, I feel whoever is meant for you will never pass by you, and those people who truly care and love you will treat you with respect and just in general be there for you. Yeah, that's about it for February, and I'll see you guys next month in March. Take care. Bye.